Welcome back to the Anthony Lee Crypto channel. We are live on this beautiful New Year's Day. God has given us one more year on this earth. We are so thankful. And thank you guys for coming in today. We're going to see what we can do on this New Year's Day scalp trading. Whoops, messing up already. Scalp trading session. I say scalp trading, although we will certainly take a day trade if we come to a box, but we're not really close to a box. I mean, we could technically probably get up here, so we will take that. It's just more likely it's going to be scalp opportunities only. It's not to say a scalp can't turn into a day trade, but that is not what we're looking for today. But we'll take it if we get it. Who do we got here? What do we got in chat today, guys? Let's see. Max. Good morning, Max. Salt Chain, how are you? Happy New Year to you. Thanos, my main man. Morning, morning, morning. Zup in the house. Good morning. Good to see you guys. Guys, I totally screwed up. Again, it's small, but listen, we're scalping today. If you're looking for day trades, you're in the wrong business today. It's low volatility day. You know, it's like Christmas Day. Markets are closed, so you get this chop, 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 chop. Matter of fact, let's go back and look at Christmas Day and just see what it was, if I remember correctly. Here we are. Let's go see what we had on Christmas Day here. We actually had a pretty decent move right here about this time, about 9 o'clock. So we had a pretty decent move. Prior to that, though, it was just, you know, chop, 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 big move, and then chop, 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 retrace the move. So actually, it wasn't too bad. We hit this move starting at about 9 o'clock, and then we closed it out that afternoon and came back down. Really, the reversals started at 9:45, so between 9 and 10 o'clock, which is why I wanted to go live during this time, guys. Yes, the markets are closed, so we're not expecting big explosive moves. However, for folks that are trading, especially in the U.S., which moves the market more than anything else, a lot of people trade the U.S. market open, and even though it's not open today, they get used to trading at a certain time of the day. So if we are going to have volatility, it's most likely going to occur during the same time as U.S. market open, because that's when folks are used to sitting down and they get in a routine. Traders especially have routine. Same thing, repetitiveness. That's what makes you successful in trading. So I think if we're going to get volatility today, it's going to come within the next hour, hour and a half. So here we are. Here we are. West Coast, my main man, Happy New Year. Hope you get in some trades today with us, brother. I need you back trading. You were doing really well for a while. You probably still are. I just haven't heard any updates in a while. Rad Great, Happy New Year. John Shanks, Happy New Year. Yo, West Coast. Thanos, Happy New Year. What we might do again today, guys, is I plan to do an extended stream. Typically, so for those of you new here, at least twice a week. I actually try. I'm going to start trying to go almost every day, do live trading in the VIP only Discord. But we already do it multiple days a week, but I'm going to try to do it more frequently. It's an extended trading session where we just trade. I kill the mic, I kill the camera, but I'm here and we just trade, and I type on screen. If I see something coming up, I'll put arrows to it. I'll draw targets. I'll this and that, and you can ask questions in chat and I'll answer them. But we just chill, listen to music, and trade. No mic, no talking, no none of that. But if you want to ask questions, you can. Anyway, I think I'm going to do that today on this stream. So at some point, I'm going to cut the mic, I'm going to cut the camera, and we're just going to trade. So I won't be switching over to VIP Discord. Just a little New Year's treat for those of you new here to see kind of what we do in our Discord several times per week. So I missed this trade. It was a small scalp trade. I missed it. I've been waiting for it all morning. All freaking morning. This slap of VWAP, I was looking for one of two things. Either a breakthrough and a retest and short, which we might still get, or an SFP of VWAP and come back up. Would have been a nice little scalp trade, but I missed it. This just happened about 15 minutes ago, and I was getting ready for the stream, and I had ran out to get me my little sugar-free Monster Energy drink, and I just missed the trade. We're moving down here though, guys, but I did, confession, I did short this. We're up about 50 bucks right now. I did short this high, so we are in a trade. Let me manage it just a little bit. I shorted this right before we came on stream. I'm just mad that I missed the pump up to it. Let me add me in a little stop loss here. And I'm going to run it pretty tight because we're flirting with VWAP right now. And we could easily bounce and rip right back up out of here. I really haven't. I came to the charts. I've done a lot of scalping this morning. I've been posting in the Discord this morning. A couple of my trades, $157 on that trade, 54 on another. Anyway, I'm keeping a little running log here. We do this sometimes. We're up 338 on the day, guys. 338 on the day. Plus this trade we've already secured profit on here. I take little scalps. If I make 30, 40 bucks on a scalp, great. If it runs off to $200, $300, $1,000, great. But I secure profit quick. I put stop loss in quick. I take guaranteed winners. So, and these add up. My guys in Discord, you'll sit there and watch me. We'll trade for an hour and a half with just scalps and make 300 bucks in an hour and a half. Simple scalps. I know some people would rather one big trade to make $300, and that's great. But you don't always get those, and so you kind of got to take advantage of the situation you got. Where did my notes go? There it is. Anyway, we're going to keep it running total today and see how we do today. We're up 338 bucks so far on the day. In this little trade, I'm probably about to get stopped out, and that's okay. Why do I have this fake VWAP on here? That is fake VWAP. There's real VWAP. We're at the volume spike. You see VS on the line. That's a volume spike. It's been very well respected. You can see how well you wick above it a little, but pretty much you respect this level historically. Speaking of historically, by the way, yeah, I'm still going to have the music. Speaking of, can y'all hear the music right now? Let me know if I need to turn it up. But yeah, John, I'm still going to have music whenever whenever I kill the audio and stuff. I want to show you guys a few things before I actually do all that, though. Stopped out of my trade, guys, and that's okay. It's okay. I'm not looking for home runs on any of these trades. I want to show you guys how you can do quick, simple, easy gimme scalps and make several $100s in a day. But I did just get stopped out on that one. Dang it. I got these hot corners turned on, and they're throwing me off. All right, 26 bucks, guys. 26 bucks. Again, not home runs, but we're going to add them up here. We're going to add up some wins today. We're going to make a lot of money. 338 plus 26. They're adding up, guys. Just a scalp kind of day. We do have boxes on the chart now. We do have some boxes of interest on the chart where we will take some day trades, and I'll show you those in just a second. I also want to cover something with you real quick. Two things I want to go over real quick. Barely hear the music a little bit. Can't hear the music. Yeah, it's just a repeating song, guys. We can't put on like good real music because you get hit with copyright strikes then and they remove your video or suspend your channel, things like that. So we have to deal with what's available in the library. If any of you guys are in the YouTube audio library and you find songs in there that are not copywritten and you want me to play them on stream, go find them and send them to me and I will play them. No problem. I'm gonna turn the volume up a little. Let me know if that's a little better. But yeah, they're just like short repeating songs. I'll try to mix them up a little bit as we go today. I'll change this one out, but I just upped the volume. Hopefully y'all can hear it a little. I'll turn it up even more once I get done with the audio. Once I get done with my audio part. Anyway, I took that trade. It's over. Let's take a look at something else I kind of want to show you guys here. Two things I want to show you real quick. First, we got the New Year's Day stats, and I put out a video on this yesterday, guys. Now, this does not guarantee that's what's going to happen today, but I went through the last 5 New Year's Days, and we did this on Thanksgiving, and we were able to calculate what should happen based upon historical precedent. Again, not 100%. It doesn't mean it has to happen. But on Thanksgiving, we called it, I think it was a 4.5% move to the upside on Thanksgiving Day, and that is exactly what we got, and that was based upon historical data. So historically for New Year's, the big column, the big thing is the win-loss. They're 100% for the last 5 years. Now, it certainly doesn't mean it has to win today, but a positive closing 5 out of the last 5 with our wick high, not open to close high, wick high averaging about 2.63%, which I went and put this on the chart, will put you right at $90,000 today if you wicked up there, which happens to be where the Asia high is that was never taken from all week long. And the low is about 0.5% down to the wick, okay? So wick down about 0.5% and a move up about 2.5%, 100% positive closures over the last 5 years. So doesn't mean that's what's going to happen today. I'm going to show you a couple. It's really mixed signals today. I did show you. Let me get rid of this stuff. I did show you. Let's switch over to the 12-hour. So on the 12-hour, about 12 hours ago, 14 hours ago, we got a red dot. Okay, got this red dot right here. You see it? Red dot, red dot. But yet we had a positive closing candle, a big candle up. That's a white candle, but on most people's charts, that would be a green candle. Mine are white. Positive closing candle. So you got a red dot, but you closed positively. So that's a failure. Now, in the VIP Discord, I did say we got the 12-hour as soon as it happened. 13 minutes after we got the dots, I came on Discord. I said, we got the 12-hour, the daily, and 2 daily red dots. I said, I don't know. They look suspect to me, at least for an immediate downside. Then again, I'm not the algorithm. So I'll let you know that I thought these dots were a little shady. In other words, probably not going to play out. It doesn't mean the daily and 2-day dot still can't play out. Matter of fact, I think the 2-day, let's check. I think the 2-day is erased. No, the 2-day is still there, but still no downside movement. I told you they were shady. They were suspect. And here's why. Let's go back to the 12-hour. So I always tell you guys this. First of all, you got the cipher indicator, which is great. I use it for certain things. But my personal indicator that you can only get, well, the music's too loud now. Okay. Some folks say not loud enough. Some folks say too loud. I'm going to turn it down just a notch. All right, we're going to leave it right there. Okay, so the Bjorn indicator, which is an indicator that I've created and is only available to my VIP Discord, is far, far better, but it doesn't mean it can't fail. But you can recognize the failures, and we've been over this 1,000 times. You got the red dot, right? The multicolored line here, for those of you new, it's yellow, red, orange, green, blue, every shade in between. That is a measure of volatility, okay? Volatility, there's the two most important things to move price. There's really only 2 things you need to know, period. Everybody's going to say market structure or this and that. That is not the case. The number one most important thing you have to have is money flow, okay? Money flow in or out. It doesn't matter. If no money is flowing in or out, then price is sideways. That means nothing is happening. So you have to have money flow, okay? And then to have a trade, you need volatility. That means if you don't have volatility, that means about the same amount of money is flowing in and out, so it's just flat. There's no volatility, okay? But when you have more money flowing in or more money flowing out, so in or out, then you're going to have volatility. So if more money's coming in than is going out, or more money's going out than is coming in, you're going to have volatility, okay? So you need money flow and you need volatility, okay? So, and you have to know the direction of money flow in order to take advantage of volatility. Does that make sense? That is all you need. Everything else is noise and nonsense, I promise you. So when we got the red dot, that would indicate that money flow would be coming out, right? Even if it's just slightly more out, money flow is coming out. Its trend is to the downside, right? But look here, volatility, first of all, was really low and it was flat and in fact angling down. So that means even though money flow was technically coming down, it was with such low force that that move probably wasn't going to play out. It doesn't mean it can't, but it is a very low probability, okay? Now, if we would have been, say, let's give another example. Let me show you right here. It's a good example right here. Going back here, let me find one with volatility. All right, going back here, you get the red dot, right? So that means money flow is coming down. And look, volatility, even though it started out here in the yellow, it doesn't have to be in the red. It is headed up, and that is all that we care about. Volatility is headed up. That doesn't mean price is headed up. That means things are accelerating aggressively in one direction, okay, up or down. To determine direction, number one, you look at your dot, but more importantly, stochastic. At the time volatility is headed up, the stochastic line on the Bjorn indicator is headed down. That tells me that we're fixing to move down, right? Stochastic down, we're going down. Volatility headed up means we are going down in a hurry with some aggression. And I mean, you can, right here under the red dot, right where it occurred, you can see a massive green candle to the downside. That not only came down for a 6% move to the downside, but then it confirmed and continued down for an 11.5, almost 12% move to the downside, okay? So this is what you want to see. Volatility up, stochastic down at the time you get the red dot. Over here, when we got it last night, you got a red dot, but volatility was sideways at best, and stochastic was actually headed up. So I knew that this red dot was probably not going to play out. So immediately went to Discord, said this is a suspect dot. In other words, I'm not taking this trade, and you can do what you want, but I'm not taking the trade. And what happened? No, in fact, not only did we not go to the downside, we pumped to the upside. So that is how you use the Bjorn indicator. Do not enter just on the dots, or I wouldn't enter just on the dots, rather. All right, and somebody had asked me, we cover this all the time, especially in scalping, but it works for day trades too. Just on a day trade, you won't want to wait for a target area to come in. But I posted my short trade this morning in the Discord, pulled down 157, just a scalp, a little short scalp. And somebody was like, messaged me, asked how I got that. How did they didn't see that, they didn't get it, how did I get it? Let's go over how I got it real quick, okay? And we cover this all the time. This is basic scalp trading strategy, but I want you guys to be able to see this for yourself. And I know Thanos already knows what I'm about to say. I'm not picking on you, brother. I just know you're good at this market structure stuff. I marked it out already somewhere. I thought I marked it out somewhere. There it is. I see it. All right, here's a short I took this morning. Made $157. Quick, easy shorts. Let me turn off the VWAP so it's not as cluttered. All right, so price was moving up. You can see price moving up here, guys. We're in a little uptrend here. So we're in uptrend, 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 right? Well, this shouldn't be here. Uptrend. Let me just undo that. It looks bad. You get the point. We're in an uptrend. I'm on the 1 minute time frame. Uptrend, uptrend, uptrend. Okay. Higher lows, higher highs. Then we come down and we set a low. Come back for a lower high, right? So, but we could continue up. So you can't enter here. I don't enter here. Some people would enter here, maybe on this little structure break right here, but I didn't like it. I wanted this because if you go to the 6 minute, this would be the market structure break, and that's what I was looking for. But some people would enter here, and that's fine. But when we came down and finally got the good market structure break, number one, we broke this, but we also broke this last low. So this is a good market structure break. I just took it off of this low. I counted this. This is a high, this is a low, this is a lower high, and a lower low. I knew we'd shifted market structure, okay? I knew the market structure had shifted, so I threw on my trusty old fib from here to the low there. Boom. We came up to the 786 right there. I'm looking for anywhere in here in the golden pocket area, the 618 to the 786. Anywhere in there is what I'm really looking for. I will look at the 382, but I'm really looking for anywhere in here. And we came and rejected perfectly. And then as soon as we rejected the very next candle, we got a red dot, and I entered my short. Boom, took it down. Threw our VWAP back on, took it down to VWAP, took profit, and here we are. Here we are. This one actually continued much lower, so we could have made much more money, but that's not what I was looking for. I had a plan. The plan was VWAP. I took it down to VWAP. I took profit at VWAP. My next TP was at this volume spike right here, but we front ran that and started to bounce back up, and I closed the trade. I should not have closed the trade, but I'll admit I did close the trade. But that's okay. Made 156 bucks. I was just waking up anyway. I hadn't even had any coffee yet. Like, I was going for coffee. This happened really fast. These are 1 minute candles. 1, 2, 3, 4 minutes. So the time I got in it, 4 minutes later, I'd made 156 bucks. And that's cool. I would have made a lot more, but that's okay. That's okay. I didn't have to ride the roller coaster. Anyway, market structure. Market structure break. That's what we're looking for. Got a market structure break here too. It's been in a market structure break though, so I don't know how much further down this is going to continue. We're certainly going to look. But we did just come down and take VWAP again with bullish divergence, so we might pull up and out of here. Zup did good on that short yesterday. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, good. You're getting it, man. That's awesome. Congrats. Hey, Anthony, just wanted to pop in here and say thanks again for the giveaway. Makes a big difference for me. Great way to start the year. Happy New Year. Yeah, Zions. I still wish I knew how to say your name. You should really do the enunciation for me so I get it right. He won $500 yesterday in the giveaway. 500 USDT in the giveaway. This might be a good short opportunity, guys. Just got a 1 minute Bjorn dot. We're on a market structure break, headed lower. We may find some support on VWAP, but won $500 in the USDT giveaway by using the KCEX link. If you're not on KCEX, I guarantee you're missing out. KCEX is where it's at. I'm going to spam the link in chat real quick. 100% KCEX, lowest fees you'll ever find. No withdrawal problems, no real slippage. KCEX where it's at, guys. Just use the link, sign up. Using that link, you'll get the lowest fees and $570 in free bonus money. And you can join the trading competition with some of us that are in there, which we're raking down hundreds of dollars in there. I'm well over $1,000 in trading bonuses, and I know some of you are right there with me. There are days, one day I won $500 free. I finished 9th out of 33,000 people in the trading competition. I finished 9th and won 500 bucks. A couple times I finished in the top 30, won like 250, 300 bucks multiple times. So just, it's a great exchange. I've been on them all. It's a great exchange. I'll show you guys something else. Just a few more minutes of this goodness, and then we're going to go silent with music. Price kind of stalling out here. At the 1 minute dot, let's look over at the 2 minutes. The 2 minute dot just fired off. Blood diamonds all over the place up here. Ooh, little pop to the upside. Still no trade yet, guys. We're looking for VWAP. We want to see a reaction on VWAP or a breakthrough VWAP. Sorry, guys. There it is. Eons. I got you. Okay. I won't make that mistake again. Eons. Thank you. I'm going to show you guys something real quick. One more thing. I know I harp on KCEX because it's freaking awesome. And I've heard other folks talk about KCEX before, and I was like, whatever. I'm happy where I'm at. Not happy, but I was comfortable where I was at on a couple different other exchanges. And once I finally said, you know what, I'm going to try it, I was like, oh my gosh, I transferred everything over, and I will never look back. I've been missing out all these years. I'm going to set an alert down here in case we get near VWAP again. All right, let me see. I want to show you guys this real quick because I've had a couple questions. A lot of people are afraid of these exchanges because I've seen people say they have trouble withdrawing, stuff like that, and I just don't know. I feel like they're doing something wrong, but this is the last 12 days. I withdraw almost every day. I had a low withdrawal here on the 23rd. We were traveling to Utah this day. I only did like one or two trades, like maybe one trade. I think I traded this on the airplane. Yeah, I posted a picture trading on the airplane. So low day that day. Christmas Eve and Christmas Day were pretty low for obvious reasons. And every other day, you can see like yesterday I withdrew 782, the day before 772, day before that 964, day before that 4,300, 977, 318, 2176, $600. This is 12 days worth, and I've withdrawn $11,000 in profit in 12 days. And that includes two all-day travel days where we went to Utah, flew from Mississippi to Vegas, and a 3-hour drive to Utah. Round-tripped it. We're making about $1,000 a day here. And these are just the trades I give you guys in the Anthony Lee VIP Discord, guys. I give you these trades. You know I do. I give you my boxes. Look at the boxes. Yesterday we hit both of them. Look, both of them, nailed them both. Hit the long trade down here, and then I'll let you know when I took this long trade. Then we hit the short trade up here, and I'll let you know when I took the short trade. Both of these boxes given in advance. I know they're already played out there, so for those of you new here, this is what it looked like prior to. Actually, even prior to that. That's what it looked like prior to that. We had the boxes. Came down, nailed box 1. Came up, nailed box 2. Anyway, we're pulling down about $1,000 a day. At least that's what we are withdrawing. I do take some profits off almost every day. It's just how I like to do it. And I only trade with a $4,000 to $5,000 account. That's it. That's all I trade with. Usually 20x leverage, sometimes 15. Usually 20x leverage. Every once in a while, I might kick it up to 30 if I'm feeling froggy. Or if I'm up $4,000 on the day, I might kick it up a little bit. Actually, usually then I kick it down and protect profits. But yeah, we make about $1,000 a day with a $4,000 to $5,000 trading account, and that's it. That is it. That is what we do. That's it. Anyway, that's KCEX for you. I could not be happier. No problems with drawing, none whatsoever. Oh, 94415. All right, we're pumping here, guys. We did not come down to VWAP. We're flirting again with this point of control. Well, what is that red line? Where's that red line? Where'd it go? Never mind. That's not the real point of control. Max, I made over $700 with your trades yesterday and only paid $32 in fees. KCEX is awesome. Thank you for sharing your link. You are welcome. Congratulations, by the way. I know you take all the trades. I know you do. I see you. I like KCEX. I didn't even know about it until I started watching you, says Zup. Yeah, I'm telling you guys. I'm telling you, wherever you are right now, if you're happy, it's because you don't know what happiness is. Once you get on KCEX, you're going to be like, oh my gosh. Where has this exchange been my entire life? It is great. I'll give it to you one more time and then I'm gonna move on. One more time. There's the link. Hit the link. And by the way, people who are signed up under this link, we periodically, just like yesterday, give away money if you're signed up under this link. Eons got $500 yesterday just for signing up with that link. That's all. And that was for me. Not to mention the free money they give you. Kind of dance around this range here, guys. We got our target areas. We're still looking for some target areas here. Do just a little more commentary here, then I'm going to turn it off. And just go to straight trading. Again, if things play out the way we're looking for, I think we're under a 4-hour green dot too. Not on Cypher, or excuse me, not on Bjorn, but on Cypher we are. Yeah, 4-hour green dot. From the green box we gave in advance, guys. I do know that a couple of you took this trade yesterday. We were live on stream when this hit. And I know a couple of you took it. It's a good trade if you took it, guys. The boxes are here for a reason. We did not come to the bottom of the box, which is where your initial stop loss should have been. You enter here, right there at the point of control, right at the green box, and you have to be willing to let it ride all the way down. At least I am. That's what the box is for. I'm willing to enter here and go into a drawdown up to here. Even though I don't like drawdowns, I don't like them on scalps. I'm willing to take a small drawdown for the day trade opportunities. So you would still be in this trade right now, guys. Now, of course, I wouldn't still have my stop loss way down here. Now that we moved up and away and above point of control, I would have my stop loss in profit by now, but still a good box. We have another red box up here. This is our red box of interest that we'd be looking for a short trade, and we got one a little higher up here. If we do get up and running, if the historical data, the historical stats play out, then this second red box up here, you see these red boxes to the left, these have already played out. They've already been hit. I would no longer consider these valid boxes, but they're on here just to show you how we do hit our boxes and get reactions from them. So I don't remove the boxes on the chart once I put them there. Anyway, if historically we play out a 2.6% move to the upside, that puts you right into this box. But we're going to have to get up and go if we're going to do that. But last New Year's, we looked at price action. Real price action started at 9 o'clock, which is in 5 minutes. That's when you really started to kick up and out of there. So if we're going to get it, I would anticipate it being here pretty quickly. If we don't get it, we are technically still under a sketchy daily red dot. So keep that in the back of your mind. We could roll this thing over. But volatility on this thing, you can see it. It is ice cold. I mean, it is way down here at the depths, the lows of the low. The dotted blue line, it cannot go lower. Like the parameters of this indicator cannot go below this line. And you were like, hugging it right now. You actually touched it right here. So not a lot of volatility on the daily time frame. So this likely will be invalidated unless something on the lower time frames kick up. Same thing 2-day. The red dot was there a minute ago. It's disappeared now. But either way, you're still ice cold on volatility. Let's look at the 4-hour. We're under the 4-hour green dot. Volatility low and headed lower, which is why under this perfect example. First of all, you don't have a green dot on Bjorn, only on Cypher. But volatility hit down and headed lower. And instead of being an upside move on this candle, thus far, it is a downside move. It is a red candle. So volatility, I don't care what you have. I don't care what your indicator says. I don't care what your chart shows. If volatility is headed down, whatever you think is about to happen probably is not going to happen. Because that means the momentum with which your indicator is telling you you should go, volatility is saying otherwise. It's the most important thing besides money flow. You got to have those two things. Anybody have any questions before we kind of go off camera and just start looking for some trades? I'd be happy to cover any questions you guys have. Let's take a look at that. Let's walk our way down a little bit and see what we're looking at though. Looking at the hourly. Hourly closes here in 3.5 minutes. Money flow slightly to the upside on the hourly. No divergences here yet. Hourly time frame looks good, although volatility is down. To 24 minutes, volatility down, everything pointing up, money flow. It's in the red, but it's trying to round off and come back up. VWAP headed to the upside, stochastic barely headed to the upside. It's a start, but nothing to write home about yet because volatility is low. But if that kicks up, everything's headed in the right direction for upside movement. 15 minutes, you got money flow just crossing over into the green. Stochastic headed up. But again, volatility headed down, which is why even though you have all of these upside momentum signals, you're just kind of grinding slowly to the upside. Hey, upside movement's upside movement, right? It's just not getting there in a hurry. 6 minutes. Money flow is starting to come out slightly. Starting to come out slightly. If you cross over in the red here in the next hour or so, you could get a little move to the downside. Volatility is elevated. It's not at extremes, but it is elevated, but just started to tick down. So we'll see. We'll see on that. 3 minute. Volatility is pretty high, but as you can see, again, ticking down, but this thing can chop back and forth up here for a while. Money flow in the red. Stochastic wanting to curve over. Could get a little bit of a move down. Probably just back to VWAP, guys. And then let's go down to the 1 minute. Volatility low on the 1 minute, very low. Here's what you want, guys. If you're looking for a quick, I'm about to change this. If you don't have the Bjorn indicator, you need to be in the VIB Discord right now. See the description below or go right here, anthonyleecrypto.com, and click on VIP Discord and you can join. You will then get access in the Discord to this Bjorn indicator. Here's what you want to look for your next scalp trade. I'm fixing to go silent and I will show this when it happens. Matter of fact, I'm going to set an alert. It's the last thing I'm going to cover, then I'm going to go off camera. Set an alert right there. So what you want to look for, volatility on the 1 minute. This is for a scalp trade. Volatility is on the 1 minute. It's below, I put this orange line on the chart at 15%. When you go below 15%, you're in volatility contraction, okay? Contraction. When you come back up out of the 15% crossover, you're in volatility expansion when you cross over, okay? You want expansion to have any type of decent trade. So what we're looking for, volatility expansion. I don't care what direction the stochastic is headed. I want volatility expansion, okay? Once I get expansion, I then look at the direction of the stochastic. So stochastic headed up right now, but we don't have expansion. When volatility expands, I'm going to look for direction of stochastic. If it's headed down, I'm going to enter a short. If we get expansion above 15 and stochastic's headed up, I'm going to enter a long, okay? This is for scalp trading, but the same would go for day trading. The only difference for day trading, specifically, even with scalps, you want to be at a target area, but specifically with day trades, you want to make sure you're at a target area like a box, a fib, a daily naked point of control, a value area high, whatever the case may be. You want to have some area of confluence on the chart, not just be kind of floating willy-nilly here out in the middle of nowhere. You can scalp trade this, and you might catch a day trade here, but low probability of that. The higher probability is going to be at your boxes and your confluence areas. So, but still, that's how you want to use that. The bigger moves come from volatility, contraction to expansion. So when I flip to the 1 minute, I'm looking at scalps coming up. I'm going to look for this to expand. About the time that it's expanding, we should be getting a dot, red or green dot, either way. But whichever we get, or even if we don't get a dot, I'm going to go based upon the direction of stochastic at the time of volatility expansion. And this is how I retired. I'm 44 years old. I retired using this strategy. I had to have 4 indicators to do it. And then a couple months ago, it just hit me, why don't you create your own indicator that does it in 1? And that's what I did. But this is the strategy that I used. So, but you can't go blindly for the 100th time. I know I'm being repetitive. You cannot go blindly on the dot. You have to look at the strategy, or at the volatility. Volatility has to be headed up for your dot to be high probability. So, volatility, headed up. All right, guys. We have any questions? Otherwise, I'm going to go. Let's see. Salt chain, no questions. Ready to make some money. Thanos, ready to make some money. We're going to make some money, guys. We're going to get a trade coming up here pretty quick. Looks like we're starting a little baby move to the downside. I probably won't trade this. I will trade this if, like in the next few candles, volatility ticks up here. Stochastic still had it down. I would enter a short. I would look for a TP right here at VWAP. And what I'm really looking for, guys, is price to come to VWAP, and how do we handle that? What happens? Do we come down, wick it a little and bounce, find support and move up? If so, I'm going to enter long. If we break through it with force, then I'm going to say, okay, we're moving to the downside. VWAP held no weight right there. So I'm going to wait a retest around VWAP, and then I'm going to enter a short here, okay? So I'm not going to short the break most likely. I'm going to wait, because it's far less likely, like right here, when you dance around VWAP like this, you dance, and you kind of break it, it's less likely to continue down. It's more likely to continue up. So I need to see how we handle VWAP. Like here, you came down, danced around it, slightly broke it, continued up. They're not big moves, but what you want to see for a big move to the downside is a strong break. See how you broke it here? Boom, a strong break. Then you can enter your trade. But when you dance around it, you dance here, dance, you break it a little, you can't enter that because it showed too strong of support. So you're probably going to pull back to the upside. And when you break hard, okay, you're probably not coming back through it. Not for a while. Okay, guys. Rad, great. Let's make money, bro. Let's do it. I'm going to go dark. I will be here, guys. So if you have questions, hit them in the chat. I'll type them out on the screen, or I'll type them in chat. And let's look for some trade, guys. Thanks for being here on this fine New Year's Day. All right, hang on. We just get a notification. Let's see what this notification is. I'm getting an alert. It's a Bjorn alert, so let's go take a look. We might be getting expansion here. That's my Bjorn indicator. Okay, we're getting volatility expansion to the downside. Volatility expansion to the upside. All right, guys, I'm going to turn the audio camera off. Hogmore, let's go. And I'll probably turn the music up a little bit, might change it. And I'll be here. So type any questions you have, guys. All right, guys, I have got to get out of here. It was fun hanging out with you guys for a couple of hours. We did New Year's Day scalp trading. Volatility has died off completely. We're up $586 in profit on the day, plus whatever we get here in this trade that we're in. We might get stopped out. Sorry, my dog is running around in here and he's banging on everything. We might get stopped out on this one for a small loss. It'll be our first loss on the day, though, guys. What do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 wins in a row, so we're due for a loss. I'll take a loss here for about $40. If we come above this wick right here, we'll take a little small loss, so no problem. I'll put this up about $545 on the day. Looks like I'm about to get stopped out. I hope you guys did well. I know these scalp trades are quick in and out. This 157 actually gave in Discord earlier. This was before we went on stream. Those of you that have been watching and didn't see that one. I gave this one, and I showed the example of how I did it. And this is exactly what we've been doing this entire time. Structure breaks on the 1 minute time frame. Set a high, coming up higher highs, higher lows, set a high, set a low. Finally, a lower high and a lower low. That confirms the structure break. We look for the retrace. Golden Pocket 786 retrace. Short. Boom. $156 on that one. That one was given in the VIP Discord earlier. But the rest of these, I think, we're taking on stream. So we are... Dang it. I don't know why I keep doing that. 586 up on the day so far. May lose $40 on this trade. But that's okay. Not too bad for low volatility New Year's Day. New Year's stats look like they're probably not going to play out, but remember, I'm going to throw them up on the screen one more time for y'all, just in case. Historically, well, I thought I had them on the screen. Maybe I don't. Let me go to the daily. There they are. Historically, this is what we look for on New Year's Day. The last 5 years, all of them have been wins. Every single one of them has been a win. The high wick, not close. The wick high has been 2.63%. The wick low, about 0.5% to the downside. 100% wins, that's just over the last 5 years. It doesn't mean this has to be a win, although it certainly looks like it is going to be. I don't know that we get up this high, 2.63. The lowest high we had was a 0.5%, and that's probably about what we've gotten so far this year. Let's look real quick. Yeah, we've gotten right at a 0.5%, so that's the lowest. Everything else has been at least over 1.7%. So 2023. Yeah, that's what we got in 2023. So it's looking like so far it's one of those years. Otherwise, we can be looking for about another at least 1% to the upside, because the next lowest was 1.74. So I don't know. We're flirting with this VWAP here. If we get out of this VWAP, this point of control. If you get out of this point of control, the next target's going to be right here at 88.8, but that is in the free money zone. So we could look to shoot past that to around 90K. At least 89.2, but I'm not sure. Either way, I've got some things I've got to run do, but I will be in the VIP Discord today. I'm done scalping for the day, so if I come and post something, like I just took a trade, it may not be a full day trade because we may not hit one of these boxes, but it'll be somewhere between a day scalp trade. It won't be one of those that you have to be in and out in 2 minutes, like we've been doing here on stream for most of these trades. So if I post something later, it's because I feel like we're probably going to swing it one way or the other for a decent profit. So, okay, guys, thanks for being here, guys. I really appreciate you guys. The Lord has blessed us with all this profit today and this time we have together in a new year. We thank him, and I thank you guys for being here with us. Life is good. We will see you. Is the market open tomorrow? Let's look. The U.S. market is open tomorrow. It doesn't look like the rest of the markets are. China's closed, all that good stuff, but the U.S. is open tomorrow, so we will see you tomorrow. We should have fireworks, just like the day after Christmas. The U.S. was open and there was fireworks. No other market was, but the U.S. really ripped and got some of these liquidities at the highs and lows that they had not gotten the previous day. So We'll look for a big move tomorrow when the U.S. market opens. So we'll be back live for that, and we will see you next time.